What is cracking, collectors? Collector Tyrant here again today, and today I've got a Funko Pop review for you guys. Today we're going to be doing the Digimon Pops. These have been out for a while now, but I have decided that I'm going to do a review on these now because I really do like Digimon. You know, it was a competitor for Pokemon, but I do like Digimon. I really do like the designs of the monsters and stuff like that. So if you guys want to see what my review turns out to be with these Digimon Funko Pops, stick around, relax, sit down and enjoy the video. Digimon. In terms of a successful franchise, people often compare Pokemon to Digimon. Digimon and Pokemon are quite similar. Both franchises made animes, video games, movies, and trading cards. And just like Pokemon, Digimon was created in the 90s. Unfortunately for Digimon, it could never really keep up with the popularity of Pokemon. Not to say the franchise hasn't maintained a strong fanbase over the years. Digimon boasts over 1,000 monsters, if you include redesigned characters. And in my opinion, the monsters are quite striking in design. But of course, you do run into some appalling stuff like this. I mean, what the f is this? As stated before, Digimon can never cover areas that Pokemon thrived in. But Digimon did do one thing right. In 1996, Tamagotchi burst onto the toy scene. The Virtual Pet was very popular with young girls. In 1997, Akiyoshi Hongo designed a new Virtual Pet, Digimon, for Bandai, designed for a young male audience. This will go on to be the Digimon Virtual Pet, a massive marketing success that young children like myself would dabble in. Digimon to me is still quite nostalgic. While it may never be a heavy-hitting champion like Pokemon, Digimon still and may always be Pokemon's true rival, doing its own thing and moving forward. Unlike another monster franchise I know about. And with Tamagotchi re-releasing their Virtual Pet for the 20-year anniversary, I'm hoping that Digimon follows suit, and the Digimon franchise releases the same nostalgic product that I played all those years ago. Alright guys, for Funko Pop reviews, I like to look at the box art. For Digimon, we've got quite a spectacular box really. One of the nicest looking boxes I've seen for a while doing a Funko Pop review. If we do this fast enough, you guys will end up having a seizure. It's quite bright, it's quite, there's a lot of stuff going on here. But yeah guys, that's the collection so far. The total of the pops you get inside this set. We're going to look at this mat here first and go over the details. Alright, so here is Matt guys. And I believe this is one of the characters, the human characters that comes into the digital world. And I think his Digimon is actually Gabumon, I think, or is it Angimon? I can't even remember. So this is a generic human character. Most of you guys probably know I'm not a fan of these, but I don't mind the anime ones because the anime ones usually have these crazy hairdos. Unfortunately here I've noticed already there's a bit of overspray here. Paint's coming onto the skin, so that's not too good. Got the Digivice there in his hands. It's a nice blue one. I really like the little touch of the Digivice here. Everything else looks pretty good. You know, the color scheme on this guy is pretty much the same as what he is in the anime. He's wearing the same clothes and all that stuff. Alright, let's do the head test on this boy. Quite stiff, but you do get some articulation there if you wanted to pose it, you know, looking that way or this way or whatever else. Right, stand up test for this guy, and Matt does stand up quite nicely for you. So if you want to keep this guy outside the box, he will stand up for you. Not a bad pop guys, as I said, not too spectacular, but yeah, it's not a bad pop. Does represent the character quite well. So we're going to move on to the next one now. Right, so I'm thinking we might do the humans first. I'm going to go on to Ty here. Now, Ty is the main protagonist, I think. He's sort of the main human character in the show. So we're going to take this guy outside the box and look at the details. Alright guys, once again, just a generic human sort of face. As I said guys, Funko Pops are pretty much all the same when it comes to their faces. They've got those sort of black eyes, everyone knows that. Right, so what I do like about this guy is the hairstyle. As I said before with the Matt character. Anime characters, when it comes to generic humans, they really have this cool sort of spiky hair going on, really big hair, like emo scene kid hair I guess, going on. So I really like that. I don't mind these pops because of the hairstyles and stuff. As you can see there, he's got some goggles. He wears that in the anime as well, and then they've actually put clear pieces in here as well, so that's really cool. As you see, it's reflecting with light there. His Digivice is an orange color, and he's wearing his sort of stocko clothing that he wears in the show. He's got this real sort of sports gear, I guess. It's sort of like cargo pants, sports shoes, and that's nicely represented. Don't mind the colors on this one guys. Some nice browns going with the blues there, but I have noticed some overspray here in the you know, you can see the blue coming into the hair. I don't like that because these are fresh from the box, you know, straight from the box, and that's a problem there. I don't like that. That's lazy to me. So quite a bodgy job if you ask me when it comes to the finish from the factory. You know, you pay money for these things, you don't want that stuff coming out on the pops when you buy them. Alright guys, so we're going to do Matt's head test now. The head is quite stiff again, but as I said, you get full articulation there. It will rotate around for you. And the stand-up test. He stands up perfectly fine outside the box if you want to keep him outside the box. Yeah, so not a bad pop design-wise, but unfortunately, as I said before, the paint scheme's not well done. So we're going to move on to the Digimon now. Alright, so here we have Gabumon. Gabumon. Yes. I have no idea what Gabumon is. I'm pretty sure it's like sort of like a seal crossed with a wolf. Unicorn. I have no idea. It's an odd looking character, but I do like the design of it. It's definitely Digimon. Digimon's got those really crazy looking monsters in the show. But anyway, we're going to take this outside the box and have a look at the piece itself. Alright guys, so here is Gabumon. The design of this Digimon from the anime, it's odd, but it's cool. It's almost like you can see there, he's like almost like a dinosaur. I don't know, there's all sorts of stuff going on here. It's like a hybrid of many things. It's got that really cool horn sitting up there with the details on it. I like the way they've done the eyes too with the, you know, the Digimon have this weird sort of eyeliner thing going on with the eyes. I don't know, it's just the style of the anime and the art that they do. The eyes on the Digimon have this, yeah, it looks like they've done their makeup or something. I really like that stomach piece there. They've done that really well. The colors go really well together, I think, with the yellow and the light blues and dark blue stripes. And everyone knows I'm a fan of pops with colored eyes, so these are really nice dark red eyes, and I really do like the colors on this. But we have problems here already. I want to talk about this right now. As I said, lazy overspray here. The people who made these, you know, they weren't very neat with their work. You can almost see the base coat. They start with a matte color, then they'd spray the colors over the top of that, and you can actually see, I don't know if you can see that, but you can almost see, as I said, down to the matte color there, and the overspray of the yellow. So I've noticed here, guys, there's tons of gaps in the arms, and you know, you don't want that on your products. You know, you can see there, the molds aren't that well done. All right, Gabumon's up next for the head test, and his head turns around fully for you guys, full 360, so you can pose him if you wish. All right, guys, stand up test for this guy, and he will stand up perfectly fine for you if you want to keep him outside the box. As I said, guys, straight from the factory, this thing should have been a little bit better, I think, in my eyes. I'm gonna move on to the next one now. Guys, so we'll save the best to last here. Really don't mind this pop. Really awesome Agumon. I do think this is one of my favorite ones because it's very Tyrannosaurus-esque. It's got a very T-Rex sort of vibe going on. I like that, like a little dinosaur. And everyone knows I'm a massive fan of dinosaurs. But we're gonna get inside this guy and show you the details of the piece itself. All right, guys, so here we have it. Agumon himself. There's not much going on here with color. It's a nice bright orange, it really is. I like the color of it. And once again, you got those colored eyes, so that's a plus for me. I love my pops with colored eyes. So I'm gonna take a look at the head here. You know, you've got little ears sticking out. I always found that kind of odd for this Digimon because it's a dinosaur. It reminds me of a lizard, but it's almost got like sort of mammal features as well with the ears. They're very well designed Digimon. I really do like the designs of Digimon. Got those really awesome claws sticking out there. They've done the details there. You got the teeth poking out there. Got that tiny little tail, which is quite a few of these Digimon at this stage have that sort of thing going on. Alright guys, on to Agumon now, and his head is quite stiff, but it will turn around all the way for you. He'll do the whole 360 for you, and he'll stand up nicely for you too. Big fat flat feet. As I said guys, not much to say about this guy. He's pretty basic really. But yeah guys, the sculpt's really good on this one. Probably my favorite one. I left it to last for you. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the rating. Alright guys, now it comes down to my rating. And everyone should know by now how I do my ratings. I usually rate these ratings out of 10, and I do 2 ratings out of 5. That equals to 10, if that makes sense. The first rating I do is usually my own personal pops, how they turned out. I check for any defects, any oversprays and stuff like that, and I rate that a 5. And then I go on Funko's efforts when it comes to the franchise. In this case, it's Digimon, so we're going to be talking about that. Alright guys, so for my personal collection, as I said before, there's quite a few, you know, oversprays on the parts, like the head. That should not be like that, you know. You don't put the product out like that. I'm going to leave the worst to last, which will be this one, but as you can see there, you know, you got some blues, you got the blue running through the hair there. You know, that's not good, you don't want that. The worst one for me was Gabumon here, because as I said, you can see all the spray. You can pretty much see the base coat, like the white, it hasn't even properly sprayed. And then you got the overspray yellow on the actual face itself. Not only that guys, I found like, you know, there's a few gaps. I don't like the gaps here, but I'm not going to focus on that too much. I find that, you know, sometimes you can't help that. The casting on this one could have been designed a little bit better, I guess. Not only that guys, like, you know, some of the paint's not even properly sealed. It's actually sort of fallen off. I just run my finger on there, it's starting to chip off already. So finished product wise, this is pretty bad. I'm not too happy about it. Alright guys, so for the rating there, I'm going to give that a 1.5. I pay a lot of money in Australia for these things, and I want them to come out nicely. And I don't want to hear the argument that you've got to look for the best pop. Everyone always looks for the best pop and checks it before they buy it, because it shouldn't have to be like that. You should literally get the product you're paying for. So yeah, for that one, it was a real letdown. It's a real shame because that's a really nicely designed pop. The way they've done it is actually really nice. It's just the way they went about painting it and putting it out for people to purchase it. We're going to move on to the next part of the rating here, and that's how Funko went about designing these characters. Alright guys, for the pops themselves, they've been designed very well. They look like they fit the part from the show, if that makes sense. Funko's done a really good effort of keeping the authenticity from the show. Alright guys, so they've done well with the first release. I think they've used the most popular ones, because I believe that these two Digimon were the the most popular ones, because I believe this guy evolves into a massive werewolf, and it's really cool. And this guy here evolves into like a Metagreymon and stuff. So I really do like the way they've designed these characters. I would have liked to see more Digimon in this release, but I'm hoping in the future these sell well enough to pump out more, like some of the bigger ones, and we get 6-inch like, you know, fully evolved versions of these two, or maybe even more Digimon. I really think they're going in the right direction here. These ones are designed very well, and I really can't wait to see what they bring out in the future. So for that, I'm going to give that a straight up 5. Straight up 5 there, guys. Really nicely designed. It's good to see some Digimon. If you add those two scores together, that's going to be 6.5, guys. So, you know, some of these weren't that well painted. It's very lazy work, I think, from the factory. I'm being honest, guys. I'm not too happy about it. But anyway, guys, that concludes the review for this Digimon Funko Pop review. If you really like the video, you want to drop a like, totally your choice. If you liked that enough to stick around, even better. That's totally your choice also. But we're going to leave it with you today. And for you collectors out there, keep on collecting. And I'll see you in the next one. Alright, collectors, signing out.